Let's do it. So this is I know people refer to Psychic a lot of times as a good stuff build because all the cards are good. But I mean, I would have to agree with that. I think the core of my strategy is still very similar to a lot of Psychic decks with, I've got Glade, um, Lava Fett. I actually cut Marshadow. I'm anticipating a ban and trying to work on a build without Marshadow and see how it functions. And thankfully, it still functions very well. But I am using the new Dusclops and actually Dusknoir as well. So you can get really cheeky. You can do really cheeky things with the Dusknoir line. So the Duskull evolves itself. Dusclops blows itself up. You can do this turn one, going first even if you want, and it will give the opponent a prize. But you can put 5 damage counters on a single Pokemon of your choosing. And then the Dusknoir is actually the same idea, but it's doing 13 counters to one Pokemon. And the nice thing about this Dusknoir is it's got 160 HP and it hits for 150. So it's actually, should you not need to manipulate the prize trade to get a nice Blacephalon turn off or, I don't know, something along those lines, this is just a good backup attacker with Dimension Valley, and I'm playing Xatu for energy acceleration. So some interesting things can be done with the Dusknoir line. I'm really curious to see what kind of builds pop up with it.
The first deck that I'm going to be trying out is Lightning Spread here. It's really just built around these two Pokemon, Electivire for 3 energy does 50 to everything, and then Raichu, similar, but for 2 energy does 50 to everything that has a damage counter on it. So Raichu requires a little bit more setup, but of course Electivire just can do it all by itself. And both of them are relatively beefy, I want to say, for stage 1s, like 140 and 130 here on the Raichu. Like, they can get off early and then survive a couple attacks. So to make sure this Raichu is pretty good at the start of games, because I've had issues with Electivire being prized, and I've really needed to rely on Raichu, we're playing Minim, and Minim is for 1 energy, does 10 to everything. I've really been enjoying this card, just because it lets you set up in a different capacity. So Minim's good, and of course Tapu Koko is your other cheap spreader. It's 2 energy cost, so sometimes you just get into Minim on turn 1, and then straight into Raichu, and games are over. But obviously Tapu Koko is a little bit more, has a higher damage ceiling, so Tapu Koko is usually your initial primary spreader if you're not donking with Zapdos. I'm not a big donker. I really don't like running cards like Zapdos or even the Hoopa in Dark, but when people are playing bench barriers, like what I saw Wheatr pull out of his deck, Zapdos gets kind of a secondary besides donking. This is your main way to get rid of bench barriers outside of Hex and Silent Lab. So we're playing like Counter Capture and Guzma to help us kind of set up a Mew into the active and then hit it with this Zapdos that can do 80 damage. This is kind of our alternative way of getting around bench barrier. Deino talked about it on his NAIC championship run, that this was kind of his main way of dealing with that when it came to the Psychic matchup that he ended up winning. Besides that, we're Lightning. We've got Flaaffy and Electric. Dynamotor, we take an energy from our discard and attach it to something on the bench. These two are going to be really key on streaming attackers. And beyond that, just kind of the normal things. We're playing greens here to kind of help us kind of get set up, which in order to do that, we're playing the not optimal Mareep in my opinion, but it's a payoff that you kind of can afford at times. I've really been enjoying this deck. We're starting Donk Mareep, 1 energy 30.
E-Power will bring you a knockout. I'm starting Mew,
Stupid
Mimikyu on the
Mew.
bench.
Why, bench barrier? Why?
Draw for a turn. I don't have a lot going on, but I will spell tag. Oh, sorry, that's in hand. I'm revealing my hand. Level ball, rather. Put a spell tag on Mew, and I will pass to you.
That's so annoying. Alright, draw for turn. A lot riding on this trainer's mail right here. Oh, hey, we got greens and Faulkner. I think just greens. So good. So greens, I think, is just going to grab Buddy Poffin and the Stadium. Because we're going to get Zapdos up going turn 1. I think Zapdos is a way for us to kind of wreak havoc while we're setting up. So here's Stormy Mountain, and we'll use Stormy Mountain and Buddy Poffin simultaneously. We'll grab the Blitzel. We need to get Electabuzz going. And then off of Stormy Mountain, I am going to grab Zapdos here. Alright, energy on Zapdos, Floatstone on Mareep. We will retreat into Zapdos. We are going to get Spell Tagged here, but I think I'm okay with it on the whole. So let's Thunderous Assault for 8. Take our first prize.
Okay, I will put 1 damage counter on all of your Pokemon.
No, are you playing Azelf? Is that what's happening here?
No, I just, in case you decide to Raichu, I wanted to hit all your stuff.
Oh, man. You did see Pikachu was prized, but I guess you wouldn't know that.
I'll take draw for turn, play Wobbuffet, and then dead hand, so I'll play Iono. Well, I don't think this is going to hit anything. Nope. I could retreat into Wobbuffet, but my hand stinks. So, I think the best option is to filch for 2 cards.
We will draw. U-turn board on Zapdos. So I'm actually going to Ultra Ball away Hisuian Heavy Ball and Raichu. So we're going to get Zebstrika here. Let's go ahead and Stormy Mountains as well. Is my Tynamo safe, is the question I need to ask myself. And the answer that every Lightning player is going to say is, no, it's not safe, but you should put it on your bench anyway. I'm going to throw down a Minimum. And then because we're going to discard it anyway, I'm going to play Electro Power. And so we will sprint away our hand and draw 4. So yeah, we'll play Marnie as our support for turn. Alright, let's use a Professor's Letter. Gonna go energy onto Minimum, other energy in hand. Use this U-turn board, go ahead and discard an energy. U-turn board reduces by 1. Go up into Minimum, and here's the great thing. We've played Electro Power, so this is going to do 30 to the active, and then 10 to everything else in the bench. And then it's all on you after that.
It'll do 40 to mimic you, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right, 30 more.
All right, draw for turn. Oh, honestly, right off the top, parallel.
So, tougher decision than I wanted it to be. Zapdos for sure. You'll Zapdos, U-turn board, coming back to hand here. So I do think Tynamo is a bit of a liability, more so I'm going to get rid of Tynamo here.
I will play Evo Incense for Gallade. Rare Candy Gallade. Attached to Mimikyu. I think I want a Copycat, but we'll see. I'll Buddy Catch. I'll go with Research. You have Zebstrika anyways. Alright, so I'll Research Cynthia away and draw. Oh, there is the Dusclops. Didn't want to see that. I think I need to draw. I'll filch for 2.
We will draw for turn. Let's go energy onto Electabuzz. Go ahead and Ordinary Rod, and let's put Tynamo and Zapdos back into my deck. And I do think we are going to spin the wheel here. Let's switch into Mareep just in case. And then I'm going to get rid of Zapdos, Countercatcher, Guzma, Lusamine, and Electric here. Draw 4 new off Zebstrika. Well, let's just retreat into Minimum. Let's Electric Shower. Did everything.
Draw for a turn. Start with the timer ball. A double head. Wow, can't even do anything with that. Okay, so I'm taking Dracloak. The rest of my evolution Pokemon are in the prizes or in my hand. So I will evolve to Dracloak. No, shuffled, sorry. I'll attach to Dracloak in hopes of finding my Gladion eventually. I do have Rescue Stretcher for Mew. Put a Float Stone onto Wobbuffet. And I'll use Buddy Catch or Marnie. I can guarantee putting all of my evolutions back in the deck, so maybe I can get a cheeky Dusclops this turn.
Yeah, taking out Murray here would be pretty backbreaking, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Got Marnie. I'll play Marnie. So I'll bench Duskull. Play Professor's Letter. I believe I am going to Dusclops this turn, so I'm going to Spirit Born Evolution away Arven and 2 energies for Dusclops. I will use Dusclops' ability to take out the Mareep.
Alright, Mareep is down. We'll take a prize. You get a prize. Everyone gets a prize.
So to end turn, I believe the best course of action is to Copycat for 10 to everything.
Alright, we've been copied. Alright, we'll draw here. That's actually a pretty good draw, I'm going to be honest with you. So let's Evo Soda. Just a turn too late. We could have saved the Flappy. And let's grab Electivire here. We did find Recycle, though. Recycle Energy is pretty sweet, so throw that on the Electivire here. Let's bust out the Rescue Stretcher. Put Mareep, Electric, and Zapdos back into our deck here. I'm going to Quick Ball for the Mareep. So, let's go ahead and sprint. We're going to get rid of Arven, and we'll draw 4 cards. Hey, there's Raihan. So let's do the play. Raihan and Energy onto Electivire. Go and find Silent Lab. Play Silent Lab. But let's retreat into Electivire. And using 3 energy we have attack, we'll do 50 to everything. And we take 1 KO damage is set, setting up reasonable turn for you.
So I think the play, since I'm fortunate enough to have the option, is to Buddy Catch. I could go Blacephalon, but that's doing the same thing as what I'm about to do. I'll take Gladion.
Okay.
Or Dragapult. I will retreat into Dragapult after attaching. Phantom Force and put 3 damage counters onto Mareep.
Alright. We will go up into Zebstrika with the U-turn block. And we will draw for turn. We got teammates, which is pretty sweet, if I'm going to be honest with you. I also drew a Flappy, which I'd love to see. So let's play the teammates. Let's throw down a Zapdos. Let's attach energy to a minimum for turn using Flaffy here. Let's throw speed energy on Zapdos, draw 2 cards. Let's retreat Zebstrika, go up into minimum here, and then let's just Electric Shower 10 to everything again.
Okay, I'll flip for Dragapult. Fails.
Yes,
So
like
Dragapult. I'm going to start with a Buddy Catch. I really need to get rid of the Silent Lab. Buddy Catch for teammates. And off of teammates, Luxurious Cape and Dimension Valley. Actually, instead of Dimension Valley, let's go Artisan. Then I'll play Artisan. I'll put the Luxcape on Dragapult. Attached to Blade. I'll play Escape Rope.
We'll go up into Zapdos.
Okay, I'll retreat the Wobbuffet, and then I'll use Phantom Force, and I'll put 3 counters onto Flaffy.
Alright, Flappy's up to 6. We'll go up into Zebstrika here, and we'll draw for turn. Let's use Artisan here. See what's left in our deck. Let's grab Tapu Koko here. Pikachu is going to be our game winner for us. I can feel it already. Let's go for Psychic on Tapu Koko. Alright, let's use Flaffy here. No, there we go. Energy on Tapu Koko. Let's retreat into Tapu Koko here. And then we are going to Flying Flip into Epic.
Alright, Wobbuffet is 10 away. Flipping for Dragapult.
Hit it, baby.
And it was heads. And so draw for turn. I'll take Guzma. I don't know. We'll see what you got. I'll Guzma your Pikachu.
No.
And retreat the Wobbuffet. I'll attach an energy to Gallade. And then I'll Phantom Force and also knock out the Flaffy.
Alright, Fluffy is down. I think... Do I have another way to get energy into the discard pile? We can... So we do have an energy, so we can go up into Tapu Koko here. Alright, let's draw. Alright, there's Regieleki. So let's go Regieleki. Counter energy on that. Let's use Artisan, and let's see what my chances are. Here's our BS secret. Here is Raihan. Grabbing the energy onto Regieleki. And then we will go and show you our Field Blower, which is in the deck. Field Blower, the Cape, and the Floatstone. Free Retreat, Tapu Koko, and then all stakes, Wheatr. This is what the people came to see. They want to see a Dragapult coin flip deciding game. So we're going to Regieleki here. We're going to attempt a Terra Spark. 1
All right.
to the active, 40 to both your bench.
That puts Gallade to 140. Wobbuffet is knocked out, and now, if I were Azul, I would say Judge Flip, please.
Let's do this, baby. Let's do this.
All right. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. Here we go. Here we go. Head.
Oh, all right. GG's. That was fun.